Hey guys, I wanted to give you an update on the project so far with this kitchen remodel, well, kitchen, dining room, living room remodel. Catch you up with where we're at and what's left to do. Basically behind me you see the kitchen and the drywall we've done on the ceiling, the nice cove corner there that we detailed out. That cabinet ends up going right there. The kitchen cabinet that's backwards down there goes on the bottom right there where the kitchen sink goes. So it's coming along. We've gotten a lot of sheetrock done. That cove came out nicely, the curve right there, and right there's a detail. I did a video on the drywall corner bead, how I installed it there, right there, and that worked really well. But a few thoughts. For one thing, if you're sanding drywall, right now I've been using this pole sander, which looks like this, and you use it on the ceiling like this. Has this pivot universal joint thing so that you can go at all different angles. It works best if you don't try to dead end, have it at a right angle like this, but you go like this and kind of push sideways. That's how it works best. I have I got some 150 grit sandpaper, thinking that would do kind of general purpose what I needed to do. It was taking forever because a lot of the mud we used was 90 and 20 minute silver set mud, and that stuff is hard. It does not sand easily. So I ended up finding some 100 grit sandpaper that my grandpa had stored in his storage of sandpaper. I found that, and it's been working great. It happened to fit my sander just perfectly, so that's been a godsend. Let's see. Also, where is it? There's a sanding sponge. Oh, right here. There's a sanding sponge right here. I have no idea what grit it is or anything. I have several of these, just an assortment pack, probably from Harbor Freight or something. This thing has been wonderful. It's kind of hard to see an example here, but here's sort of an example. See the shadow right there, where you can see there's an edge. I don't want to do it right now because I need to go over it with the other sander, but basically I've found that if I there's kind of a, well, here's an example you might be able to see. Right here is the soft, regular topping compound mud that takes 24 hours to dry. Right here is some it's brighter, whiter colored, probably 20-minute or 90-minute mud. That stuff's a lot harder to sand. And a lot of what we ran into in our quick mud job was we had kind of a rough edge. We kind of put it on too thick, the quick setting mud, the 90 and 20-minute mud, and it left kind of hard edges that we tried to feather out with the longer setting topping compound mud. That we could continue feathering that out and keep adding layer after layer until it's done, but we don't really have time. We're trying to finish this project pronto. So I found that if we didn't feather it out enough with the long setting topping compound, then I can take this. I'll just see if it'll, yeah. Okay, so see, there's a shadow. I'm gonna attack this spot right here. See the shadow? It's a bump there, obviously. Watch this. I'm using this sponge, and I'm just sanding that very edge, concentrating on just eliminating that shadow and that edge that you see. Sorry about the shaky camera. See, it's mostly gone now. There's a tiny bit of an edge, but I'll keep working on it and it'll be gone. So this thing has been amazing. It's worked really well. It's kind of a rougher one than the other one, so I think it's kind of a coarser grit, but it's doing a better job at getting rid of that hard mud than the sanding pole sander with the 100 grit. So anyway, this is working really well, and it is saving me a lot of extra mudding work by just being able to get rid of that edge. I don't care about the ceilings being perfectly flat and smooth, and I don't care if you're able to sight down it perfectly straight and not see any variation, because this ceiling and walls, this was originally built in 1945 with sheetrock and then plaster over the top of it. It is nowhere near straight right now, like as is. So I don't need to make it straight, the stuff I'm adding to it. That's just unnecessary. I just need to get it even, so to the eye of the person just wandering through the room doesn't notice, oh my gosh, there's a seam there. They just go, oh cool, there's no walls here. It's nice and open feeling, I like that. And it's bright, and there's lots of light in here. And ooh, blue cabinets, that's cool. Chimney, that's cool. I'm glad that's not buried in a wall anymore like it used to be. So that's my goal. I'm just trying to get done quickly. One last tip. See the fan down there? My best friend for doing drywall sanding. I started out using the pole sander up above my head, sanding away, and all the dust was falling in my face. It was getting on my glasses. I could hardly see what I was doing because my glasses were filling up with dust, and it was just annoying. I was getting all dusty, and that's not fun. I don't like that. I finally realized, wait a second, I could turn the fan on behind me and have it blow away the dust out in front of me, and it does work really, really well. So just a stand-up fan. I have it aimed at the ceiling behind me, so I'll stand here with the fan behind me, and I'll sand up here, and the dust will just blow away out of my face and out of my way. So anyway, a few tips and some strategy for how we're getting this job done. We're almost there. I can't wait. It is late in the evening right now, and I want to go home and eat dinner and be with my family. So almost done. Appreciate you guys rooting me on, and hope you're learning something from this process that we're in. Our ultimate goal is to sell our home and move to a place, hopefully in northern Idaho, in the country. A little bit more property. Currently we're on at just under a ½ acre. We'd like a little bit more than that, and a little bit bigger house so we can continue raising our kids in it that are ever increasing. So so that's our desire, and God seems to be putting things together in that direction. So we're doing our best to just take the steps of, okay, well, in order to sell the house, I think the kitchen, dining room, and living room should have sheetrock in them instead of plywood with no insulation above them. Let's fix that. So here we are, fixing it, and hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll be getting the house listed, and hopefully, God willing, selling soon, so we can move somewhere else. So I think that's it for tonight. I'll get sanding and catch you later.